Hello everyone, my name is Naufal Anaka. As a student in this multiculturalism course, I have spent this term exploring how media shapes our understanding of the other. So, for this assignment, my goal is to analyze how FX pose serves as a historical correction for the invisibility of Black and Latinx trans individuals. I chose this series because it doesn't offer a sanitized version of diversity. It shows the grit, the pain, and the radical joy to required for the exist when your very identity is considered a political statement. So for today, I will guide you through the series, focusing on how it redefines the American dream through a multicultural lens. Pose is set in New York City during the 1980s and 1990s. It chronicles the lives of several LGBTQ characters of color who have been cast out by their biological families and the state. They find a refuge in the ballroom scene, a vibrant underground subculture where houses compete for trophies and glory. The story follows Blanca Rodriguez, who, after being diagnosed with HIV, creates the House of Evangelista. Her house becomes a sanctuary for a group of discards. Angel, a trans woman seeking love and a career. Damon, a talented dancer kicked out by his religious parents, and Papi, a street smart kid looking for a home. Overseeing this world is Pray Tell, the aesthetic but deeply loving MC of the balls. Together, they navigate a city that is simultaneously the hate of luxury and the death of a plug, proving that family is something you choose, not just something you are born into. Primary multicultural issue in Pose is intersectional exclusion. This refers to the way a person can be marginalized by multiple systems at once. A pivotal scene occurs in season 1 when Blanca attempts to get a drink at the gay bar called the Boy Lounge. Even though it is a space for the LGBTQ community, Blanca is forcibly removed. This highlights a critical multicultural failure, internalized racism, and transphobia.
Drag night.
I'm sorry, we're not in drag. We're women.
Even better. We don't like women in here. This is a gay bar.
Well, I want to see a manager. Girl, why you always gotta pick fights you can't win? Because these are the ones worth fighting.
I'm Mitchell, the manager. Can we speak outside where it's quieter?
How could you discriminate against me in my own community?
This bar is called Boy Lounge. We have a specific clientele. Gay, under 35.
White?
Frankly, yes. The New York City nightlife is segregated. Look, I've got a friend. She works at the Cubbyhole. I'll call her. You guys can go. You can drink free all night.
But I don't want that scene tonight.
I'm sorry. I'm not throwing a costume party.
Oh, this is not over.
Bitch, it was over before it started. Everybody needs someone to make them feel superior. That line ends with us, though. This shit runs downhill past the women, the blacks, Latins, gays, until it reaches the bottom and lands on our kind.
The show argues that even within marginalized groups, there are hierarchies of power. A white cisgender gay man often function as the gatekeepers of progress, leaving Black and Latinx trans women at the absolute bottom of the social ladder. This scene forces the audience to realize that diversity is meaningless if the most vulnerable members of the group are still being policed and excluded by their own peers. To truly understand the multicultural complexity of Pose, we must look at Pray Tell. While Blanca represents the struggle for a new future, Pray Tell represents the heavy weight of the past. First, the conflict with the Black church. In season 2, we see Pray Tell return to his childhood church. This highlights a specific multicultural issue: the tension between ethnic heritage and sexual identity. For many Black Americans in the 80s, the church was a bedrock of the community and the center of the civil rights movement. However, that same institution often weaponized scripture against the queer children. Pray Tell's journey illustrates the double consciousness described by W.E.B. Du Bois and the struggle of being both Black and queer in a society that tells you those two things you cannot coexist. The second is medical apartheid and the AIDS crisis. Pray Tell's struggle with HIV also highlights the issue of medical inequality. During the 1980s, medical research was largely centered on white patients. We see Pray Tell join ACT UP, the AIDS coalition, to unleash power. But he quickly realized that even within activism, the voices of Black men are often ignored, and his character shows us that multiculturalism isn't just about culture, mama. In response to all this exclusion, the characters create their own multicultural world, the ballroom. This is where the analysis comes full circle. In the balls, the characters perform realness. They dress as the executive, the debutantes, and the military officers they are not allowed to be in straight society. This isn't just dressed up, mama. It is about multicultural rebellion. The ballroom is a space where Black and Latinx identities are not problems to be solved, but excellence to be celebrated. In closing, okay, Miss Mama, Pose is a masterclass in multicultural analysis. Pose reminds us that until the most marginalized amongst us are free to walk the floor with dignity, and our multicultural project is unfinished. And thank you for joining me in this analysis of a truly revolutionary work. And my name is Naufal Anaka. And shout out to Miss Ruisa herself for this opportunity. And see you guys. And goodbye.